This is the Evidence and Warrant Arrest collectible guide for Battlefield Hardline Episode 3, Gator Bait.
It must be the pickup crew.
This first warrant arrest is in the first group of guys you come upon. It's also in the first area where you'll find any evidence. As you see, I've tagged one piece there, two pieces, so you can see everything right away. And these guys are about as easy as it gets. Just walk up, L1, freeze, boys, and start taking them down. And there he is, Luis Minguez. Your first warrant arrest in this mission. And throw this guy on the ground. And we'll move on to evidence. Our first piece of evidence is going to be this barrel over here on the left side of the screen. Let's analyze that guy.
Looks like that bale missed the target.
A barrel.
What are they storing in those barrels?
And then the pile of coke on the ground these guys were all looking at. Which is much more interesting. I think I probably should have seen that one first. This is the first time you're going to be in a fan boat. You're going to want to take it clockwise. It's and always follow the left side of the bank and go clockwise. That's the way I went through this mission. There's a few places you can dock your boat that don't have anything at them, so I just skipped putting them in altogether. This first one, though, has your third piece of evidence, and you have to do some climbing using the gear you got in the grappling hook zipline tutorial. Zip. If you don't have them equipped, you can use the fan boat to switch your loadout. That is the third piece of evidence in this area. It is the first of two for the lake zone, but as you can see when it comes out here, I'm 995 meters away from the next piece, so I'll show that guy later. You come upon it naturally. This next area is the Gator farm. This is where the next warrant arrest and the next set of evidence are going to be at. Just climb this little silo here, or windmill, or whatever it is.
Headed by the windmill.
Scope in, and there he is, Thomas Bell, the second
I'm just saying that I'm
arrest.
going to church on Sunday. Coming.
I think I only had to take out two other guys before him. And I really only do stealth kills now to try and get warrant, or what do you call it, non-lethal takedowns to try and get warrant arrests. Everyone else I shoot. I've just got a silent sniper rifle. I can barely call myself a cop anymore. Like, alright, buddy. You live another day because you have a more important friend. Everyone else you know is about to be dead. And there he is. The second warrant arrest, Thomas Bell. You are wanted for possession of that gun. Get down on the ground. He is also in possession of the first piece of evidence in this area. This is evidence piece number 4. Give it up, Thomas. Where are you keeping it? Is it in your mouth? Is it in your bandoliers? Bandoliers. It's a newspaper story. It's carrying clippings around.
Yeah, they're geniuses. Come on,
Now,
there's a
this
radio tower to
next
the back.
piece of
Let's check it
evidence
out.
is going to be right near Thomas's body. It's actually in this building on my right. I did a wide loop. I'm pretty sure you can get in there a much shorter distance through that door. It's a pair of boots. Booties. Those boots were made for walking, and torture traces are what they left behind. And I believe that was the 6th piece of evidence total? Fifth piece of
We
evidence
should
total.
check this gator.
We're coming up on our
Something's
6th
weird
right
about
now. It's a dead gator. CSI Miami, the game. This next area is after you find a guy who has legs bitten off by gators. I think it's optional to find that area.
Cocaine's broken.
And it is just a
So when
barrel
did he
sitting
find out
out
you
in
were
the
a
dirt.
cop?
When I found out he was a cocaine
Shortly
broker.
after coming upon this area,
Believe it or not, he's not a
well,
bad
I
guy.
think I might have left in the little travel thing 'cause it's so close. Oh, cut a bit out there yet, so a bit further up. You're going to come upon another area to dock your fan boat, and it's going to have a similar puzzle to the first one. You have to hop out, engage that grappling hook, and get to climbing. I think it took me a second to figure it out. I was like, oh yeah, this bullshit. I can move in 3 dimensions now. It's like really slow Titanfall. And there it is. Some cocaine. That's the second piece of evidence in the lake. So that's wrapping up the first one we found. So now we're at the final area. That's where the last 4 pieces of evidence are.
We're not alone. Scan for any alarm.
Alright, so there's our 3rd warrant arrest. He's out in the distance.
That alarm will call more of them in unless you disable it.
Boom. Nathan Brown. So it's I think you get to take out about 4 guys to get to him. At least the way I do it. Come around this guy. Freeze! Get down on the ground. I am well beyond my jurisdiction. Swamp cops. Do you see how spec ops my weapons are? No chief in their right mind would let me leave the station with these guns. And there he is. The final warrant arrest of this episode. You can feel free to grab his head and slam it wherever you'd like. And if you go over to this little boat over here, for our next piece of evidence. Hello. And then there is, I believe, some maps in this shed over here on the left. There's a shed full of
That looks like actual
water
science
sampling
stuff, as
equipment.
opposed to drug science stuff.
Then there's a note pinned to a log with a knife just around the back here.
Looks like paperwork there.
That's how I like getting most of my messages, just pinned to my front door with a knife. I'm a very aggressive mailman.
Nick!
And I sped it up here because I had trouble finding this last one. I didn't know if I was supposed to trigger that. It turns out, yes, I am. I trigger this. When you walk in here and look at this table, there will be a cutscene, but I cut it out. And you'll find the final collectible, final piece of evidence on this table right here. Boom. Now you can feel free to just play the rest of this mission guns a-blazing. There it is. 12 out of 12 evidence found. All 3 warrants arrested. Thanks for watching. Tell them to subscribe! Subscribe! Point over them to subscribe! Yeah, good boy, atta boy.